Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Gordon Frayne and today we are diving into the world of real world asset tokenization on the blockchain and giving you 5 cryptocurrencies and tokens that you can add to your portfolio in order to maximize your returns in the real world asset tokenization space. As always, this is not financial advice. And as always, before we jump into the video, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button below, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the content, and hit that bell notification icon so you can get updated every time we drop a new video. We're dropping multiple videos every single week, and you're going to want to get notified so you can stay up to date on all the latest movements in the cryptocurrency space to hit your crypto goals. So what is real world asset tokenization? Well, Roland Berger, a consulting firm, estimates that the value of tokenized assets on the blockchain will reach at least $10.9 trillion by the year 2030, with real estate, debt, and investment funds being the top 3 tokenized assets. And just in the past couple of weeks, we have seen big news from BlackRock and Larry Fink basically saying that they want to be the future of asset tokenization, and they have entered the asset tokenization race with a new fund on the Ethereum network. So when it comes to asset tokenization of real estate, bonds, treasuries, etc., BlackRock are putting their hat into the ring after the recent success and the success so far of their spot Bitcoin ETF. And what they're saying is they want to be the leader in this space when it comes to asset tokenization on the blockchain. And Larry Fink is on the record in recent interviews talking about how the Bitcoin spot ETF is really much like a stepping stone towards a world where we start to tokenize absolutely everything on the blockchain. And BlackRock are making moves now in the real world to be the front runner for asset tokenization over the next decade. So how can you capitalize on the real world asset tokenization space, and what are the different investment vehicles that you can use in order to capitalize and get a return for yourself? Well, we're going to look at 5 different cryptocurrencies that can help you get there. 3 of them are some kind of mid-cap options, along with 2 other smaller cap options that might have exponential potential. So jumping in at number 1, and our first suggestion on the list here is the Hedera HBAR network. And HBAR are being pretty clever here at the moment, because even just in the past few weeks, kind of in tandem with the BlackRock announcement, they have changed the homepage of their website here to really hone in on real world asset tokenization as well in particular. So they're really trying to run on and build on this narrative of real world asset tokenization. But basically, you'll know from other videos on our channel, and you can check them out, but Hedera are pretty much a very powerful hash graph, technically not a blockchain, but they kind of brand themselves as a high throughput blockchain when they're talking to institutions and other businesses that they want to get on board with Hedera, but basically honing in on this enablement of seamless tokenization of real world and digital assets at scale, offering unmatched performance, security, and compliance for thriving tokenized economies. And if we dive a little bit deeper, looking at their site and the dedicated information they have for real world asset tokenization, we can see that they've been working on a number of different projects and have some good examples here for real world tokenization on Hedera, with tokenization investment instruments such as money market funds. We've got other examples for fungible token based on diamond standards, physical coins and bars, tokenization of stable coins as well with Circle and Coinbase, other examples with tokenization for NFT marketplaces and launchpads. So lots of exciting stuff going on with Hedera in terms of the real world asset tokenization narrative. Little bit of blood on the streets here this morning with the crypto markets, Monday, April 1st. But you can see that Hedera is currently sitting at about a $3.6 billion market cap. It is the 36th largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Still a lot of potential for growth in price this bull cycle, currently sitting just under 11 cents. But Hedera is definitely one that you should be keeping an eye on when it comes to real world asset tokenization. Moving on to our second pick, which is Chainlink. And Chainlink has been in this space for a while now, and the real world asset tokenization problem that they're trying to solve is basically using the oracles on the Chainlink network to connect assets in the real world and data from the real world into on-chain reliable data that can be passed not just via the Chainlink blockchain, but also moved across different chains, and keeping data integrity when that data is passed from one blockchain to another. So that's kind of what they're outlining here with the 3 requirements of tokenized real-world assets solved by Chainlink, where real-world assets are launched on blockchain A, and then they are moved cross-chain from blockchain A to blockchain B, and real-world asset continues to stay updated on blockchain B, maintaining data integrity across chains and using Chainlink CCIP to do so and to maintain that data integrity. So again, if you've been in this space for a while, you probably understand the Chainlink oracles and how they are connecting real-world data to on-chain events, and real-world asset tokenization is the next step in that path for Chainlink and the solutions that they are coming up with in order to maintain data integrity for taking things like real estate or tokenized bonds and maintaining data integrity across chains using Chainlink CCIP. So again, another good option here to think about. And when we look at Chainlink in terms of overall market cap, it's currently sitting at about a $10.5 billion market cap. It is sitting at a price of about $18 per link token, and it is the 15th largest cryptocurrency by overall market cap. Still, lots of room for growth, and we just dropped another Chainlink price prediction video on the channel very recently. You can check that out, but lots of room for upwards price movement with Chainlink around the real world asset narrative. Moving on to our third pick, it is Algorand. And again, we did another video on Algorand and a price prediction around Algorand on the channel very recently. You can check it out. But in my opinion, the real world asset narrative is probably the biggest strength that Algorand has right now. They're doing a lot of work in terms of tokenization of real world assets on the blockchain. This page on their site is kind of dedicated to speaking to all of the different ways that they're doing that through increased efficiency, transparency, accessibility, and increased liquidity. They have some very good examples here as well on the site, especially for real estate. If we open up this particular blog post, it goes in depth about how Algorand has helped Lofty, the real estate startup, transform the real estate industry, making it possible for anyone to own a fraction of a property. And again, this comes back to what tokenization of real world assets is all about. When we look at something like Lofty, where they are making tokenization of assets possible on the blockchain, but it allows retail investors to basically make an investment for as little as a few $100s into an investment property to own a fraction of that investment property. And blockchain smart contracts basically allow payouts for the percentage or the weight of the investment that you hold in that particular investment property. So you might own 2% of an investment property and be getting paid out 2% week over week, day over day, sometimes hour over hour with smart contracts for your ownership in that investment property. So what they're trying to do is democratize the ability for retail and institutional investors to own fractional real estate on the blockchain. And again, real estate being only one example here of real world asset tokenization, but a very strong one. And Algorand, again, laying the infrastructure and the foundations for that to happen over the next few years as we move towards the year 2030 and think about that $11 trillion in assets that is going to be tokenized on chain by 2030. So if we look at Algorand, currently sitting at the 60th largest cryptocurrency by market cap with just over $2 billion market cap, currently sitting at a price of about 24 cents. Again, we did do another price prediction on Algo. You can check that out for where we think the price is going to go over the next 12 to 18 months. But again, another very good pick when it comes to tokens for real world assets. Moving on to a couple of smaller cap options here. Next up, we've got Centrifuge. And again, Centrifuge is focusing here on real world asset tokenization, specifically in the DeFi space. So what they're trying to do here is create a platform that allows you to use real world assets as leverage or as collateral for, capital and taking loans or creating different investment vehicles on decentralized infrastructure using decentralized finance. So again, examples here and how it works, kind of showcasing this on their website, where you can finance your real world assets by accessing affordable DeFi capital without banks or other intermediaries. Now, this is really what DeFi is all about, but Centrifuge are trying to take it to this next level by, allowing you to use assets that you hold in the real world as collateral for taking out loans or accessing capital in the decentralized finance space. On the other side of things, you can also use your existing crypto assets traditionally in the DeFi space as collateral as well. But what we're going to be seeing now over the next few years is the merging of real world assets like physical assets, real estate, bonds, treasuries, etc., and being able to use those as leverage and collateral into decentralized finance space. And Centrifuge are trying to be a leader in that space. So again, institutions and DeFi protocols, we've got lending here, gaining access to more diversified, stable junior and senior yield backed by productive assets from the real world. So using things like, it could be invoices for your business, using those as collateral to access credit and access capital on chain, revenue-based financing, and much more. So again, Centrifuge is a smaller cap coin when it comes to the overall market cap. If we put it into coin market cap here, we look at Centrifuge as currently only sitting as the 171st largest cryptocurrency by market cap, sitting under $500 million in market cap at about 482 million. It has seen some good price action in the past couple of months upwards, and is definitely a player to keep an eye on when it comes to the real world asset tokenization space. Finally, the fifth option and the fifth token that we are going to look at here when it comes to real world asset tokenization is Ondo and the Ondo Foundation. And Ondo are doing some similar work to Centrifuge when it comes to creating a new era of financial inclusivity on chain. So the mission here is to usher in a new era of financial inclusivity and market efficiency through on-chain institutional grade financial products and services. So a lot of different words and jargon there, but basically they want to be a market leader in tokenization of real world assets and leading the DeFi protocol supporting tokenized real world assets governed by Ondo DAO. So again, if we look at a couple examples here, what we're seeing is institutional grade finance now on chain. Ondo is building the next generation of financial infrastructure to improve market efficiency, transparency, and accessibility. So again, using and tokenizing real world assets like treasuries and like bonds so that we can have a crypto native way for you to use these assets as collateral, as leverage, so that you can access more liquid capital on chain with decentralized finance. And they have a number of different backers here, including BlackRock, including Morgan Stanley, and are natively integrated with a number of other cryptocurrency protocols like Curve, like Injective, like Yearn Finance. So lots of exciting stuff going on with Ondo and what they're doing when it comes to the tokenization of real world assets. Definitely another one to keep an eye on in this space when it comes to lending and borrowing on chain by using real world assets as collateral. And this space is only going to continue to grow. Again, if we look at Ondo on coin market cap, what we can see is it has been making some good moves over the past few months. Actually, it's been on a very good upwards trajectory. It has breached the top 100 on CoinMarketCap, currently sitting as the 88th biggest protocol in terms of market cap, just over 1.194 billion overall market cap, currently sitting at just over 85 cents, almost 86 cents per Ondo token, and it is up over 400% since launching in at the beginning of this year. So it's definitely been riding the wave of the real world asset tokenization narrative. Those are our 5 recommendations for the 5 tokens that you should be adding to your portfolio when it comes to real world asset tokenization. As always, this is not financial advice, but if you want to be capitalizing on this narrative and understanding the moves that the likes of Larry Fink and BlackRock are making when it comes to real world asset tokenization, they are putting their hat in the ring, creating tokenized funds on Ethereum for tokenization of real world assets over the next decade. They want to be a leader in this space. And if you understand the success and the popularity that BlackRock has brought to Bitcoin with the Bitcoin Spot ETF, you can understand the power that they have in this space with the amount of capital that they can bring into Bitcoin and the overall cryptocurrency sphere. And once again, Larry Fink hearkening about the fact that the Bitcoin Spot ETFs are very much a stepping stone for the tokenization of absolutely everything on the blockchain. He has said this in multiple interviews. You can check them out on YouTube yourself. It bodes very well for the future of tokenized assets on chain. So make sure to check out all those different projects. As always, do your own research. If you enjoy the content here on the channel, please make sure to drop a thumbs up on the video on your way out. Hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to our first 1,000 subscribers. It would mean the world if you subscribed, and hit that bell notification icon so you can get notified every time we drop a new video. We're dropping multiple videos every single week, and you're going to want to get notified when they drop so you can stay on top of all the latest moves in the cryptocurrency space, especially when it comes to real world assets, and hit your crypto goals. As always, we'll catch you in the next one.